Okay, here is our feral cat automatic feeder. Okay, the way we got to set up coons, squirrels, possums can't get into the feed. All right, we got it hung off a basketball goal, and the problem we had before was now coons and varmints can eat the food, the feed after it hits the ground, the cat food. Okay, and the other problem we had is the cat, when the feed would, the timer would go off, it would send out the feed, but then the feed would make like a funnel, like a, not a funnel, but be like a hole in the feed, and it was no longer feeding. Okay, so we remedied that. Okay, so okay, let me tell you about the feeder. Okay, it's a 5-gallon bucket, as you can see, and there's the feeder we got on the bottom of it. Okay, it's a high wild feeder. It's HOFD-PFK01 is the feeder. Now it's on a timer, and what it does, it throws the feed out of this little piece right here. And this piece will spin. Okay. Now, if animals can get to it, if they figure out how to turn the that little gear, which they can do, then they're going to feed themselves. All right. So what we did, I'll tell you how we keep the coons out after. But what you need to do is take a 2-inch drill, and in the bottom of your bucket, drill a 2-inch hole in the center of the bucket. Okay, now it comes with mounting screws, but they don't really work in a plastic bucket. So what I ended up doing was putting screws and nuts. There's 3 of them to hold it in there. Okay. We're away from trees. Now there's some trees in the background, as you can see. There's trees all around. But the coons or the squirrels can't jump that far. It's a lot further than what's probably picking it up on the film. But they can't jump that far. Now, to keep them from climbing, let's say they'll just shimmy right up this pole. Okay, what we do is, I grease the pole with just regular general purpose grease. Put a good coat of grease on the pole, and they can't get to it. Now coons will help each other out. One of them will get on the other one's back to try to get to feed, and it's high enough. It might be hard to tell. It's high enough where they can't do that. Now of course, this ladder's not going to be there. This is a little swimming pool ladder. The ladder's not going to be there, of course, because they'll just climb the ladder. Okay. We have this set. The timer is set. It automatically comes set for 6 seconds. Okay. It automatically set for 6 seconds, and we didn't change that. We left it at 6 seconds. Now there's a lot of different settings. There's a lot of different times you can make it come on and off. Different lengths, and it depends how much food you want to feed, how many animals you feed, and how long you want the food to last. On those settings, there's a lot of settings you can set. Okay. Now what we did, in order to get like I said before, what would happen, this feeder, it would throw out the feed, okay, and then the feed in the bucket, it would leave like a little cavity, a little hole in there, and it wouldn't feed, and it wouldn't drop in there. You'd almost have to come out here and hit the bucket for the feed to drop down. Okay, and if you take off and you go on vacation, go camping, or you go away from the weekend, or a week or so, you want to be able to feed your feral cats. Okay, so what we did, okay, let me get around here. In order to alleviate that problem, okay, what we did Okay. Let me get up this ladder. Of course, we're going to put a top on this bucket too. I'll have a top to put on it. Okay, you see it's full of food. Okay, we made a funnel out of the blue crepe paper. Okay, and it's a funnel that goes down to the 2-inch hole. The funnel more or less goes down to 2 inches, and we just took I call it crepe paper, construction paper, whatever you call it, and it's the slick one. It's slick. It's got a like a film to it, a slick film. I'm not how necessary that is, but so the funnel shape allows the food to go down in there, and then I get to it. Okay, I'll just snap that lid on. Okay, snap that on. What that'll do is, of course, it'll keep the animals out of it. Okay, let's see. I'm checking the pole. All right. Like I say, it's just rope. Just ropes up there. Okay. Let me see if I can get this thing to work properly. Now, that's some batteries that go in your unit. Okay. And what you do is it's 4 AA batteries, and they last. We've gone for 2 weeks, and the batteries are still good. So, you see the wind is blowing and blowing it around. But okay, to get to the batteries, you unscrew this. Now, I don't have it tight. Let me unscrew it. You take the little cover, of course you're going to put it tight. And then under here, okay, you can see where your batteries go. And then you have a little timer. That's where your timer is. Okay. All right, what we're going to do now, I'm going to press the button. And what it's going to do, it gives you 10 seconds, okay? 10 seconds to back away. And then the instructions say get back 20 foot, but it doesn't throw 20 foot. All right. This is probably, it's good for like corn if you're gonna feed deer or something like that. And the corn, you wouldn't need the funnel. Probably with the corn, as long as the corn wasn't wet. You know what I'm saying? And then you could easily, it would easily work like that. Okay. Now with these instructions, before I set this thing off, instructions tell you, it's hard to read, hard to see probably, the seconds running time that you put, and how often you put it, and how much food is going to be distributed. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is, we're going to come under here. Of course, I'm going to move that ladder out of the way. Well, I'll leave it there for now. And what we're going to do is, we're going to press that little button, and it's going to give us 20 seconds, or 10 seconds. Okay. I'm going to press it and then we're going to get back to you. Okay. To test the feeder, we're going to hold this M button down for 10 seconds. Then it's going to start counting. It's going to count down and it's going to shoot the feed out.